Well, 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 doesn't that look promising? All those resources coming in. Now, with all those brand new resources, come more problems. I mean, unlocks. Yes, now that we have an abundance of those resources, we can start unlocking Tier 1 milestones. This video, I'm going to restrict to just Tier 1 mods for now. And that's why we're using the vanilla progression system, because the modded progression system that we have down here, as brilliant as it is, it unfortunately still does not have a filter to filter out milestones. So as you can see, every available milestone here is lit up like a Christmas tree. 1, 2, and we would have 0 as well. I believe 0 should be still in there. There you go. 0 milestones. And I'm only going to focus on tier 1s this video, so we're going to use the vanilla system. First up, field research. This is a standard milestone that comes with the game. It gives us the MAM and the object scanner and some extra bonuses. The MAM, well, we kind of not need that anymore, considering that we have the new research mod, but the object scanner can be handy. Object scanner pretty much works the same way as the resource scanner, but instead of resources, it scans for, you guessed it, objects. So let's go and unlock that. Ooh, and I'm short on plates. But, as I said, we have enough running. So we'll grab a couple of these. There we go. Long live the fly mod, and don't have to constantly run up and down this ladder. There we go. Now, hopefully this won't take too long. Let me see. 3 minutes. Alright, well, we can talk
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field. To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons. Note: the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
Alright, where am I going to place this? I figured around here somewhere. And there we have our MAM. So this is the vanilla approach to research. Here we get all the... Oh my! That's new. Anyways, we get the basic tech trees here that we can research, but apparently there are a heck of a lot more now because of the mods. Sweet. Also, here is where we research the hard drives. And how did I get a hard drive? Where did this come from? That's strange. Was it not consumed last time we used it? That is most peculiar. Does that mean we can use it over and over again? Interesting. Let's put it in there. Let's grab an alternate recipe like we did last time. Let's do the expanded pocket dimension. Here we go. Now, that would show up as a milestone here last time, but we have to wait for this thing to come back. Oh, wait, no, we can immediately hit the button. And there you go. So you only need 1 hard drive? Oh, that's kind of cheating, isn't it? Because I just unlocked an alternate recipe and it does not consume the hard drive. Oh, that needs to be fixed, Nog. Unless it was intended that way, but I can't imagine that you get... Because now I have access to every alternate recipe with the use of just 1 singular hard drive, which kind of negates the need to go and explore for more. Weird, very weird, because normally they are consumed. Allow me to demonstrate. Scan the hard drive, 10 minutes. That's the vanilla way of doing it, and we'll be back in 10 minutes to see what kind of recipe we get out of it. Alright, so that seems a little bit broken concerning the research from Nod there. Alright, what else did we get? We got the object scanner. Good, let's go and make one. And that's one of the reasons why I want so many hand slots. Oh, you can see that's already starting to cover the body slot, unfortunately. That's a little irritating. But that's why I want so many hand slots, because you're going to get a lot of equipment that you want to keep in your hands there. What do I need for an object scanner? I just need 3 beacons. Can I make one? Oh yeah, I can make a lot of them. There we go. One of these guys. there. Let's put that in our hands. That should do nicely. Right click, you can change what you're scanning for, but left click, you do the same. Unfortunately, I can't scan for anything yet, as it turns out, because I haven't researched any of these objects yet. But that'll expand, just like the resource scanner. We'll get more resources over time. Alright, that's pretty much it for field research. Next one up is covered conveyors. Well, pretty much what it says. You can cover it with a standard grey one or a metal one that you can color. Same with the lifts here. So let's unlock that one. Can we do that? Yeah, good. Thank you. And as always, I'll put the mod on the screen so you can give suggestions, comments, and compliments to the respectable maker. Now, the daisy chain. I've been talking about that one for a while. There are a couple of daisy chain milestones. This is tier 1, which will give us access to the daisy chain variants of vanilla buildings. In this case, the smelter, biomass burner, and constructor. And it also comes with a stackable power pole, which is also kind of handy if you need to run rather long conveyor belts, which usually need a power connection as well. So you don't need to have to build several separate power poles anymore. You can just use the combined one here. Now, daisy chain versions are identical in every way, except for the fact that they cost a little bit more to make. I think it's some concrete and some rods, and as a result, they will allow you to hook up to 4 cables instead of just 1. So we don't need to mess around with a shit ton of those power poles again. We can start removing those power poles and just daisy chain all the manufacturers and smelters. Very handy indeed. Alright, I gotta wait about 8.5 minutes to unlock this. You know what, I'll do that off camera. Let's just go through the mods right now. Expanded walls. Okay, now this is again falling off the screen, so I'll quickly use the alternate research panel here to show you what it unlocks. And this is a mod I kind of really like. Where is it? There we go, expanded walls. Yeah, now can we please have a filter button for the tiers? That would be great. Alright. Anyways, these give us inverted ramps and regular ramp sides, which which do not exist in the normal game, and some rounded one as well. Unfortunately, I don't think there is a foundation for rounded wall, so you still have to put a square round foundation underneath. But this is for the completionists. Very nice to round off. I am missing the fences though. There should be fences here, but perhaps they will be unlocked at a later time. Alright. Where's the exit? There we go. Next up. What do we get after that? Expandable walkways. Now, I've never used these before, so I'm gonna wait until the pod is back, and then we'll unlock that and see exactly how it works. Right. As I'm waiting for the pod to return, I figured I'd fiddle around with the new research mod again, and as I feared, the problem that I predicted actually came true. What happens if you chain or queue these research projects? It'll tell you the full price of materials. Now if you throw these materials into, say, a container, which then feeds the researcher, like so, you run the risk of the wrong materials running out first. So I'm currently feeding plates from the container into the researcher, which, according to the panel here, is required, 500 plates, but they're not being consumed, they're not being used, so it's stacking up. And as a result, you can have other materials run in here, and then this machine will no longer accept them because it will only accept one type of material per type. So let's see what happens if we quickly remove these. We'll see the concrete flowing, and there you go, it stops. It will not accept the concrete because it has only one slot. It will not consume and free up the slot because the iron plates are not yet required for the first piece of research in the queue. So now the whole thing is stagnant and nothing happens. So there are two possible solutions for that, or three. The first one, not using this system. The second one, having several of these researchers, one for each of the different materials that you feed them, which is of course insanity. And the third option would be that you have to place the materials here in the right order. So you still need to feed the researchers by hand, meaning that the automation of this is not all that handy dandy and all that good. So it doesn't really help all that much. Now when this does happen, there's an easy way of fixing it. You just take this out, and now the concrete gets consumed again. As you can see in the top right, daisy chain 1, which is the first piece of research in the queue, is now being fed again, and once that's complete, it'll need the next resources for the next unlock, which in this case is 100 concrete for expanded walls, and then the 500 plates as last. So best thing to do is to make sure that you put the materials in the container that feeds the researcher in the right order. Now containers poop out from right to left, so the first materials need to be placed on the right and the last on the left. So let's see, plates were last, and so we're going to do this, and then this, and then we need a couple of plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should resolve our issue. Good. So just wanted to note that for Nog there and his research mod. It looks great, but it still needs a little bit of tuning in my opinion. Still, far more potential than the regular milestone progression system that we have here. Let's see, is the hard drive done yet? The hard drive is done. Good. Now as you can see, you get 3 random recipes based on the tiers that you have unlocked. In this case, copper alloy, stitch iron plate, and iron alloy. Now we already saw these 3 in the alternate research panel, and the hard drive is now actually consumed as it should be. So that's another wink to Nog's research mod there. Unless you want to make a really overpowering mod where you can unlock all alternate recipes using just one hard drive, the hard drive really does need to be consumed. Alright, let's go for stitched iron plates. There you go. Recipe unlocked, and the hard drive is now actually gone. It is consumed as it should be, and not the way it is done with the alternate research here. Oh, it's getting a little dark. I'll put on a filter, make the video a little lighter. Anyways, that's the MAM. We'll be researching a lot of that too, as well as the new modded tech trees here. Right. Oh, we're still working on daisy chain 1, and for some reason it's not being fed wires. Yeah, see, same problem again. Too much concrete in here, because this concrete is for the next thing, the expanded walls in line, but we need the wires first. So you really need to feed your researchers by hand still, or have several of them, each for different materials. I hope Nog finds a solution for that, because this is very, very irritating indeed. So we quickly put these in here, and that should be in good order, and it will unlock automatically. There you have it. Right, so it'll take 5 minutes for the next one to unlock. That's why it's not consuming the concrete just yet. It'll pick up the concrete once the what do you call that thing? The pod. Once the pod is back. And apparently you can reduce this by having more researchers, automatic researchers. But yeah, we'll just wait 5 minutes. Alright, with those few mods unlocked, we can now highlight their function. Here you can see the daisy chain and the regular version of the constructor and the smelter. And you'll notice here that the price has gone up, and this is true for all the daisy chain versions, by 3 copper wire there, a rod, and 1 concrete. And this enables the daisy chain version to simply have more cables attached to it, and that's the only difference. Lovely. I love this one. What else did we unlock? Let me see here. These walls. Yeah, they are. Nothing too special, but it's nice that they're there, and it's a shame that Coffee Stain didn't make them. They also come with these rounded walls. Now, as I said, I was missing the fences, because last time I played, this menu also had the fences, but I think I need to unlock them first through the ticket store, so we'll see them show up later, I hope. And the last one I unlocked is, let's see, under organization. There you go. Also, power, actually, we unlocked this thing that came with the daisy chain mod, which is very handy. This is the stackable variant of conveyor belts support, but it comes with a power node like this one, so you can hook up long wires underneath your conveyor belts for long distances. Very handy. The only small comment I have about this is that I now have access again to the stackable variant, even though I haven't unlocked the vanilla stackable variant, which is in tier 2 actually on the logistics. So you can see I haven't officially unlocked it yet, but I do have access to these, even a better version. But that's pretty close, so it's not a big deal. Now, as I was saying, where was it? Organization. Here we go. I've never used this one before. Oh, it's pretty long. So normally you can unlock this kind of catwalks through the ticket store that we haven't gotten access to yet, but this is a different version that'll allow you to build apparently a bigger version. Let's see, and that's all it does. Okay, it works as... Okay, I see it. Hold on. Let's give this a thorough test. We aim it here. We just pick a point, and then we can extend it any way we want. Okay, this is too steep. So basically it's a bridge builder. Alright, that's cool. It only goes straight up, though. Alright. Well, there you go. That's pretty cool. Not sure what the maximum incline is. There's another one. Except I can't get in them. I can't... It wouldn't let me... I can't get... Maybe it's... There are solid blocks. Hold on. Let me see if it's my fly mod here. No, I cannot. Okay. There seems to be a bit of an invisible layer here on the floor that you need to jump onto. Okay. Oh, that's the only little glitch there. But, yeah, that looks pretty nice. As always, I'll put the mod maker up on the screen. I believe this is another one from Andre. As you see, visually, it is not yet perfect. Got some things sticking through here now. And I'm gonna die. Ah! No, I survived. That's what you get for turning off your fly mod, you dumbass. Anyways, where was I? Alright. So a couple of things sticking through here, depending on how you place them. They were originally, or they are originally intended for exploration purposes, for people that don't want to use the fly mod, because it's a little OP. Alright, next unlock. Now, for our next act, the Fix-a-Lot Power Utility Pack. Now, I'm not going to unlock this. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to uninstall it. This mod, and again, I'll put it on screen, looks very, very promising when it comes to power management, but unfortunately the mod is very old, and as you can see, it doesn't seem to be anywhere near playable, so I'm a little sketchy about the stability of this thing, so I'm going to try and get rid of it. But I do want to highlight it because it looked very, very promising with a couple of utilities that would allow you to create subnets, for instance, in your power grid. Whoever made this mod, I hope you one day finish it, one day soon, because it looked really, really promising. Anyways, that's it for Fix-It Power Utility Pack. Keep your eye on that. The next four floor holes pretty much speaks for itself. These conveyor belts go through the floor. They have no limitation when it comes to speed, so you can use them on any conveyor belt type, and it also comes with a ceiling conveyor. Now, this is not a stackable variant. You can only hang one from the ceiling, but it's still better than nothing, because I've had a couple of factory designs where I really wanted to hang things from the ceiling, and then I had to use a couple of tricks just to make them float in the air, and well, this works great actually. It's an upside down conveyor pole. These are for different heights, by the way, 1, 2, and 4 meters, simply because there are 3 types of foundations of 1, 2, and 4 meters high. The ceiling and ceiling merger and splitter They're the basic merger and splitter that we already unlocked, but these can be hung from the ceiling. Again, can be very, very handy for certain complex mega plans. This is the same as the floor hole, except multiple inputs and outputs. I haven't used them yet, because I'm not sure how this works. Will it mix like a merger or a splitter? If I put it in the left, will it come out on the right? How does that work? Haven't figured it out yet because I haven't used them yet. And this comes with the same mod. Unfortunately, this I consider a cheat mod. Why do I consider this cheat mod? Underground belts. You place an input and an output belt or hole, and they simply teleport the stuff that you put through from one end to the other. The floor holes actually work the same way, but they only work over 1, 2, or 4 meters, and these work over 10 or 30 meters. And why do I consider that a cheat? Well, one part of Satisfactory is to figure out your logistics and how to put your conveyor belts up. And if you don't need to, if you use invisible conveyor belts over 30 minutes, then you kind of simplify the challenge a little bit too much. So I never use these. Not to mention that with these floor holes, you can make your own underground, actual working underground conveyor belts. Well, they wouldn't be underground, they would be under your foundation, but still, you can mimic that. Well, this is a mimic, and this is the real deal, so that's why I don't use these. I will unlock them, of course, per usual. Let me see if I can do that now. I believe I can. Yes. There we go. And I'll unlock the rest later. Where were we? Icon signs. Oh yes, this is a different one from Andre. This one looks very, very promising indeed. I like more signs, so I'm definitely going to unlock that one as well, but I don't need to explain signs. Signs are signs. Inventory space. This is a modest one. I have found 4 inventory space mods. There's the 10 slots, the 50 slots, and the 300 slots. As you can imagine, I think 50 and 300 slot is a bit of an exaggeration, so I don't use those. And there is also a mod that gives you an infinite amount of inventory slots. Yes, every time you pick something up, your inventory grows. I find it very cheating, so I don't use them, but the plus 10, that's a nice one. It's modest, so I'll take that one. Let's see, the 100 milestones. Modest, only 2 items this time. Big personal storage box, not sure how that works, seeing as it's displayed on its side there. And a side stackable conveyor pole. Why would I want to stack it on the side? Well, either way, just like the 100 plus milestones in tier 0, we're going to put that on hold until we've unlocked all the other stuff for later. And I am getting a bit curious though as to what these milestones or these mods actually unlock here in the MAM. That's very interesting. Very overwhelming. Definitely do not use those 100 plus milestone mods when you're just starting the game. It's a bit much. Alright, lights. Pretty much what it says. Lights. 3 wonderful lights, and we're going to get more lights later. This is just tier 1. Tier 2 has more to offer. Micromanage. Micromanage is a very nice one. I'm going to demonstrate that one. So I'm going to wait for the pod to come back, and then you'll see me again. Alright, here we are. Let's put in the resources for Micromanage. There we go. Unlock that sucker. Now, this should give us access to this thing, the Micromanager. Now, the Micromanager actually looks pretty much like the object scanner. And oh crikey, I need quartz for that, and I don't have quartz yet. I guess I won't be able to demonstrate it right now. I'll do it in a later video, so another reason to keep watching. But the micromanage item, I'll just pick up this one, will allow you to micromanage just about anything. You can select an object, move it around, change it, I think, to a certain degree, rotate it, twist it, even scale it up and down. There's a video specifically for that mod. You can find it on YouTube or the mod manager page. Sorry I can't demonstrate it right now because I need quartz. This is a shame. Alright, that just means we're moving on to the next one. And what is up next? The recipe copy. I haven't used this yet. But as you can see, it's another one of those scanning devices, and it lets you copy recipes from machine to machine. Now, if you're building a mega plant or large factories like, well, these are kind of becoming, you're going to end up building a lot of these constructors, for instance, and having to open the menu, scroll down, select the recipe, hit escape, and do that over and over and over again is pretty freaking annoying, particularly with the recycle mod on the what would I call this? The smelter here. Get all these recipes that you have to go through. It's a crick in the neck. The recipe copier, on the other hand, you only need to do it once, then have the recipe copier load up the recipe and then just copy it to everything in the neighborhood. So let's unlock that one and see if I can demonstrate how it works. Where is it? There you go. Select milestone, and it looks like I'm going to need some cable and some rods. Alright, let's quickly grab those. Cable here. So as you can see, we've got more than enough materials to unlock pretty much everything in tier 1 now. I'm going to have to repeat that process later for the other tiers. Here we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There you go. Now, hopefully this guy doesn't need ports. Let's find out. No, it needs object scanners. Wow, and a lot of them. 10 object scanners. Alright, well, this will take me a moment. I'll be right back once I have the recipe copier. Okay, moment of truth. Here we go. And that is one micromanager. Place that right there. That is the micromanager. No, that's not the micromanager. This is the recipe copier. Sorry, my bad. So let's see how this works. Configure the constructor. Alright. Ah, you can see it on the screen there. Current recipe, wire. So if I right click, nothing happens. Copy overclock only. Current recipe 100%. Saved recipe. Not quite sure if this is working as intended. Left click does nothing. Right click. Right click cycles through the options here. Alright, let's see. Copy recipe only. Recipe and overclock. Overclock only. Well, there is no overclock. So let's see. Recipe only. Left click. Does not work. Looks like I'm going to have to read up on how this thing is supposed to work. Middle mouse button. Nope. Alright, I'll be right back.
One eternity later.
Alright, I found the mystery. We need to use the control button here. Let's see, click on it like this. Now it's saved the recipe, as you can see. And that means we can copy it on this machine right here. It's already on it, so it's control left click to copy and just left click to imprint. Now let's see. Put it here. Yeah, no, I'm looking for the smelter, and it should turn red. That is strange. Hey, it should turn red. Those green lights on the right there should turn red because I cannot put that recipe onto this smelter, but apparently I can, and now the smelter no longer works. So I have to put that back into copper. Alright, that isn't broken, luckily. So apparently you can put recipes of machines onto other machines that aren't supposed to have said recipe. Interesting. Alright. How about if we do it the other way around? Let's grab this recipe. So the ingot recipe is now copied. Let's see if we can put that on a constructor. Again, the lights are not turning red. The lights on the copier are supposed to be turning red. And yes, I can copy it into alright, into a constructor. I wonder what happens if I feed it copper ore. If it will actually start smelting instead. That'd be interesting. Alright, so there are still some flaws with this mod. You have to pay attention as to where you imprint the copy of the recipe. but otherwise pretty handy dandy, and it saves you from having to constantly open those damn menus. Alright, that's it for the recipe copier. What's next on the list? Here we go. Space Market. Now, Space Market I've never used before, but this is an alternative to the stress testing thing that you get in the vanilla game in Tier 2. Where is it? I'm trying to show you that. Resource Sync bonus, there you go. So any excess resources you have, you can throw into the Awesome Sync. You'll get tickets for it, and you can use those tickets to unlock a few things in the Awesome Shop. Pretty handy dandy. And quite annoying, by the way, because the Awesome Shop has a few things that are pretty much crucial to have at the beginning of the game, so it's annoying that it's locked away like that. Like the ladder, for instance. Anyways, the Space Market, and I'll build one later, apparently is an alternative to getting those very tickets and buying stuff for them, either through the Space Market or the Awesome Shop. Let's see, that's... Oh, it's free? Look at that. I can unlock it for free, but I bet that the actual Space Market, based on the Space Elevator, is pretty expensive to build. As a matter of fact, where is it hidden? I don't see it. It's supposed to be here. Oh, there it is. I'm blind as a bat. And yes, it's pretty expensive, but we can build one. Alright, we'll test that out pretty early. I'm not going to go for a full review of all these mods. That will make the video too long. But if you like the idea, because I definitely like the lore-friendly approach here, instead of just feeding stuff into a grinder, you can actually sell it on the black market for some tickets. That's very lore-friendly for me, and that's why I like it so much. Alright, now the following three. Conveyor Solution Concrete. This is pretty much an extension to the decorative mod, I would say, earlier. You know what, these three, I'll do that in the alternate research panel, so you can see a bit more on what it unlocks, but these are all, again, visual things that you can build that do not come in the vanilla game. Let's see if I can find them. Where are they? As you can see, the Space Market concept extends over other tiers, and why is this in Tier 0? That is strange. This did not show up at Tier 0. I should look again. Alright, anyways, here they are. Concrete, a lot of replacement and additional add-ons for concrete. All made out of concrete, I believe, so you got your standard foundations as well, which is here, I believe. No, these are rounded off, actually. Oh, that's like nice to play with. We've got the structural solution, which is mostly metal and glass. I'll go through them real quick. There you go. Metal and glass, and a couple of auto doors, which are also very, very nice. I use these auto doors a lot. These doors open and close as you approach them. Some are made out of metal, some concrete, some are bigger in size, and then here we have some made out of glass. You'll see them popping up around my base quite a lot. And the last one, structural beams. These are pretty massive. I think these are inspired by the vanilla concrete beams supports. They kind of look like these two, but here you got far more variations, but I would only use them to build mega plants because they look small here, but these things are massive, absolutely massive. If you start using them, you will need to build your factories a lot higher and wider just to make room for these visual support structures, which, truth be told, you don't really need. This one's a bit funny. This is an I-beam with conveyor holes in them, which kind of negates the whole purpose of having an I-beam in the first place, because you put holes in the middle and the whole structural integrity kind of collapses, but oh well. So that's for those three. Let's go back to the vanilla system and see what's up next. What do we have there? Now that's the hole. This is a relatively old mod. I'll put it up on the screen again. For conveyor holes, you can place it anywhere on your wall, so you're not restricted to the hole placements that come with the vanilla wall that you have to unlock again with the tickets, as mentioned before. This is an old one. We now have an alternative that comes through the more panel, which I'm trying to get. There we go. Which is the Wally. Where are you? Here we go. The item Wally does the exact same thing and looks a little better, to be honest. And it also comes with a fluid Wally, which is also very handy. But I still had this old mod installed, and well, credit to the creator. I cannot open this, maybe because, there we go. Very nice one if you don't want to use the More tablet, and it's pretty cheap too. Decorative furniture pretty much speaks for itself. Unfortunately, it doesn't display what furniture it unlocks. Maybe it will in the modded research panel. Well, let's see if we can find it. Furniture, where art thou? Not here, not there. Last page. There we go. This is for tier 1, this is for tier 2. No, it did not display what it unlocks. I'm curious. You know what? I'm gonna unlock this and see if I can find what it unlocks. Alright, I managed to get my hands on some wood, so let's go and unlock that. Where is it? Furniture. Done. Now where does it show up? Here we go. Furniture, and oh my, look at that. Well, we know where that's gonna go. Oh yeah. Sweet. And we're gonna get more later. So we can definitely decorate our pre-designated living room right there. Sweet. Alright. I do wonder, does this also support the More tablet? Not by the looks of it. No. No. Alright. No worries. Now, the last 3 mods are very interesting mods. Oh, look at that. These now showed up at tier 0. That's new. Alright. Well, I guess I'll have to unlock all of these eventually. Ah. This is a backwards working mod. I get it now. You unlock the actual market, the black market space lift. Where is she? Wow, am I going mad? Where is she? There it is. You unlock this one at tier 1, and then it backtracks and unlocks or opens up the possibility of unlocking these guys. Ooh. Huh. I'm not sure what this is good for though. Milestone. Okay, so you need 1,000 tickets and a rifle, and then you get a cartridge and some credits. I'm not sure how that works. We'll have to figure that out later. As I said, I haven't used this mod before, so it could be complicated. Could hurt my head. Anyways, let's stick to tier 1 for now. The last 3 are all from the same mod maker. The first one, signs. Of course, I love signs. These all pretty much look like road signs, and that's because they were primarily designed to go with X3 roads. X3 roads are foundations with road imprints on them, so we can actually make real looking roads between our outposts, and I love that one. And the third one, made by the same guy, is an upgraded version of vehicles. Now, on one hand, I hate using this because it gives early access to very high tier items. On the other hand, I use it because it also comes with an improved AI for the vehicles, and the vehicles are, or I should say the AI for the vehicles are completely retarded in the vanilla game. So that's the only reason why I use this better vehicle mod for the AI, not for the stuff that it unlocks, because I think it's a little OP and it's definitely unlocking way too soon. Also gives access to slightly bigger storage containers here, so there are a couple of things that it unlocks. And that's it for tier 1. If you have any questions or suggestions concerning mods in tier 1, send them to the mod maker, because I don't make them. I just play them, I just use them and break them. And that's pretty much it for tier 1 mods that I use. Again, with the exception of the better vehicle mods. Not really anything that is overpowering or makes the game way too easy. Unless I have no choice, like the underground belt. It comes in one package, and I can't really avoid it. I'll simply not use these. And what was I about to say? Something else. I forgot about it. Oh, the inventory. A modest 10 instead of 300. I think that's passable. Alright, that's it for tier 1. I hope you join me in the next video.